Daniel Hayes adjusted his tie in the reflection of the car window before stepping out. On paper, he had everything: a successful company, a sprawling home, and the respect of his peers. But behind his polished image, he carried the quiet weight of loss. 2 years had passed since his wife's sudden illness had taken her from him, leaving him to raise their daughter, Emma, alone. Tonight, he wasn't here for business. He was here because his best friend, Michael, wouldn't stop insisting. "Daniel, you've been alone too long. Just try this one blind date. What's the worst that could happen?" Daniel had sighed, finally giving in. But as he walked into the softly lit restaurant, the idea still felt absurd. Romance wasn't on his mind. His world revolved around Emma and work. He only came because it was easier to agree than to keep arguing. The maitre d' led him to a reserved table near the window. A single candle flickered at the center. Daniel checked his watch. He was 10 minutes early. He smirked to himself. This is just dinner, nothing more. He pulled out his phone, intending to skim through emails while waiting, but something else caught his eye. Across the dining room, a waitress hurried between tables, balancing 2 trays at once. She was young, maybe in her mid-20s, with hair pulled back in a simple ponytail. Her uniform was neatly pressed, but a little faded. Despite the chaos around her, she moved with a calm, practiced rhythm, serving water here, writing down an order there. Then Daniel noticed a small boy seated at a corner booth, pencil in hand, scribbling over homework sheets. Every few minutes, the waitress, his sister it seemed, would pause to check on him, smile, and then rush back to her tables. Daniel's date still hadn't arrived, so he found himself watching her. Something about her struck him. She wasn't flashy, she wasn't pretending. There was a raw sincerity in her every gesture. When she approached his table with an apologetic smile, Daniel saw exhaustion hiding behind her warmth. "I'm so sorry for the wait, sir. We're short-staffed tonight. Can I get you something to drink while you wait?" Her name tag read Lily. Daniel gave a small nod. "Water is fine, thank you." Her smile widened, genuine despite the weariness in her eyes. As she walked away, Daniel felt an odd pull. His blind date hadn't even begun, and yet he was already intrigued by someone he wasn't supposed to meet at all. 20 minutes passed, then 30. Daniel's supposed date never showed. Normally, he would have been irritated, but tonight he wasn't. Instead, he found himself talking to Lily whenever she paused by his table. "You've been sitting alone a while," she said softly when she refilled his water. "Are you waiting for someone?" Daniel gave a half-smile. "I was, but I don't think she's coming." "Oh," Lily said, frowning. "I'm sorry, blind date." He chuckled at her guess. "Something like that." For a moment, she hesitated. Then curiosity broke through. "You don't seem too disappointed." Daniel shrugged. "Maybe that's because I didn't really want to be here. My friend insisted." That made her laugh, a warm sound that seemed to lighten the air around them. As their conversation unfolded in little pieces between her work, Daniel learned more. Lily and her younger brother had lost their parents in a car accident 2 years ago. Since then, she had taken on the role of provider, working double shifts to keep a roof over their heads. "Some days I feel like I can't keep up," she admitted, her eyes glancing toward her brother. "But then I remember, he's all I've got, and I'm all he's got. That's enough reason to keep going." Daniel felt a lump form in his throat. He thought of Emma, the way she looked at him with trust and love, depending on him to be both mother and father. In that moment, he realized Lily wasn't just another waitress. She was a fighter, quiet, uncelebrated, but strong. Just as Daniel was about to leave, the restaurant door opened and in rushed Emma, her curly hair bouncing, her nanny trailing behind. She spotted her dad and ran straight to him. "Daddy," she squealed, throwing her arms around his neck. Daniel laughed, hugging her tightly. "Emma, what are you doing here?" The nanny explained gently. "She insisted on seeing you after her class recital. She wanted to tell you herself." Before Daniel could reply, Emma noticed Lily standing nearby with her brother. Her face lit up. "Hi, I'm Emma. You're really pretty. Are you my daddy's friend?" Lily flushed, caught off guard. "Oh, hi there. I'm Lily, and this is my brother, Noah." Within minutes, Emma and Noah were chatting as though they'd known each other forever, comparing favorite cartoons and school stories. Daniel watched stunned. Emma had always been shy with strangers, but with Lily, she was instantly at ease. When Emma tugged at his sleeve and whispered, "Daddy, can we invite them over sometime?" Daniel's heart shifted. For the first time in years, he felt a spark of possibility. something beyond business meetings and bedtime routines. Something real. The following week, Daniel returned to the restaurant. This time, he wasn't dressed in his CEO suit. No polished image, no business mask. Just him, a father, a man who'd felt something he couldn't ignore. Lily was surprised to see him again. Back for another dinner? She asked playfully. Daniel shook his head. No, back for another conversation. She blinked, unsure how to respond. He continued softly that night. I came here expecting nothing, but you reminded me of something I'd forgotten. Real strength isn't in money or status or pretending everything is perfect. It's in showing up every day for the people you love, no matter how hard it gets. You do that for your brother. I tried to do that for my daughter, and maybe, he hesitated, searching her eyes, maybe we don't have to do it alone anymore. Tears welled in Lily's eyes, but her smile never wavered. For years, she had carried her burdens quietly, never expecting anyone to notice. But here was someone who not only noticed, he understood. Emma came rushing in again, wrapping her arms around Lily's waist. Daddy, I told you she's the nicest lady ever. Everyone laughed. The weight of the past didn't disappear, but for the first time, Daniel and Lily felt hope for a future neither of them expected. Their story didn't begin with riches or a fairy tale romance. It began with kindness, shared struggles, and a blind date that never actually happened. Sometimes the most meaningful connections come when we least expect them. Daniel went on a blind date out of obligation, but instead, fate placed Lily in his path. A single dad CEO and a poor waitress, two people from completely different worlds, found in each other the courage, compassion, and love they had been missing. And maybe that's the quiet truth of life. The people who change our hearts forever often arrive not by grand design, but by simple, everyday moments.